We've been living for free for the past 5 years, and I wanted to show you how you can do the same thing. When we first got married, we rented for the first little bit, and then I came across the strategy of house hacking, which is essentially where you buy a house, move into it, live in part of the house, and then rent out either the other rooms or other unit. Pretty much just anything that you can rent out inside of the home while you're living there. So where I live, it's very common to have a single family home with an upstairs unit and a downstairs basement apartment. The basement apartment has a separate entrance, full kitchen, everything, so it's pretty much a duplex just up and a downstairs. So that is what we did. We liked this strategy because it still gave us a 2-car garage and a fully fenced backyard for our dog. If you don't have a basement apartment, it'll still work for many other places, any duplex, triplex, fourplex, or anything with an ADU in the back, or even like a large shop in the back that you could rent out. Really anything that you can rent out to offset your mortgage payment. So back in 2020, when we did our first house hack, obviously purchase prices were quite a bit lower than what they are now. So our mortgage payment was the same amount that we could rent out the other unit for. So we were basically living for free. Now, obviously in 2025, that's a different situation. However, I still think that what your mortgage is minus the rent that you collect would still probably be less than what you would pay in rent. At least where I live, that's the case. I guess just to give you an example of that, our current house we bought at the very end of 2022. So our interest rate was 5.8%. Our monthly payment is $3,600. We also pay about $400 in utilities. So all in, we're at about $4,000 per month for our housing payment. We collect $2,000 per rent in our basement apartment. So essentially we're out of pocket $2,000 to be in this house. But if we were to rent a similar place to this, which is a 4-bed, 3-bath, fully fenced backyard with a 2-car garage, I bet we'd be paying like $3,600 or more in rent. So that's why I say that you'd still be paying less for your housing payment than you would renting. And then we repeated this strategy 4 different times. It did require for us to move every 1 to 2 years, which isn't the funnest thing to do, but it allowed us to keep our previous house as a full rental. We just rented out the up and the downstairs unit. It allowed us to get into those homes at a low down payment because it was originally a primary residence. So we put about 5% down on each house, and they all cash flow as well. So again, just a great way to get into rental properties without having to fork out 25% down that you would normally have to with a normal rental. It's just a lot easier way to get a cash flowing property at a lower percent down. If you are interested in real estate investing, in my opinion, this is the easiest and the best way to get into it. Obviously, real estate investing is not everybody's cup of tea, but if you do have any questions about this strategy or anything, please let me know.